My name is Rachel Amos, and this research analysis was conducted for the Introduction to Sociology during the spring of 2018. The article analyzed was titled Antecedents to the Perpetration of Domestic Violence in Caraco. It was written by Nicole Wick and Jeannie Bruin and published in the Journal of Family Violence in April of 2016. The researchers in the study were trying to figure out who is more likely to commit domestic violence and what leads people to do so. As described by Henselin in the textbook, an independent variable is something that causes a change, and a dependent variable is the effect of the change. In the study analyzed, the independent variables were sex, domestic violence, victimization, education level, and the presence of children in the household. The dependent variable was the perpetration of domestic violence. The researchers believe that males, past victims of domestic violence, higher educated people, and people with children in their household are more likely to be a perpetrator of domestic violence. In this study, researchers used a survey method to collect their data. As described by Henselin in the textbook, a survey is a series of questions in order to gather data. The survey consisted of 816 people who were from a variety of social classes and a variety of different ages. It was conducted in 4 various locations where a group of interviewers asked people if they were willing to participate in the study, and then if they said yes, they asked if they prefer an interview-style survey or a paper survey. The results of the study showed no correlation between sex and domestic violence perpetration, but the other parts of their hypothesis was correct, as past victims of domestic violence, higher educated people, and people with children in the household are more likely to be a perpetrator of domestic violence. One ethical concern followed in this study was the idea of consent. They asked each person if they were willing to participate in the survey, and they only handed out the survey if each person agreed. Something that a sociologist would find interesting in this study is that people previously exposed to domestic violence, either as a victim or a witness, were more likely to commit it themselves. As discussed in class, a sociologist believes that external factors impact a person's behavior, so this is why they would find that more interesting. On the other hand, a psychologist believes that human behavior is impacted by internal factors, so they would find it interesting in this particular study that the people who are higher educated were more likely to commit domestic violence. They would link that a more complicated brain could lead to more irrational decisions leading to domestic violence. To further my understanding on the topic, I located a second article titled Love is a Battlefield, Risk Factors and Gender Disparities for Domestic Violence Among Mexican Americans. It was written by Christopher Ferguson and published in the Journal of Aggression, Maltreatment, and Trauma in February of 2011. It had similar findings as the first study did. It showed no correlation between sex and domestic violence perpetration, and it also showed that past witnesses of domestic violence were at a higher risk of committing it themselves. Overall, the second article helped me better understand that gender doesn't play a role in domestic violence perpetration, and it helped me see what factors do.